All right, warm weather, longer days. It's easy to dream the day away instead of focusing on school and studies. From tests and final projects and presentations, there's still a lot of work to do before the year is over. And joining us now with some strategies to keep the school year on track for the whole family is Artie Hill, Hampton Healthy Families Partnership Board member and a mother of two. Okay, spring break is over.
Right.
We're on the back side of the school year, and the kids all know this, so do the teachers. They're getting spring fever. How do we keep them interested and adjusted? How do you keep them focused, Artie?
We need to help them understand that it is not over yet. And I know it's really hard for them because, like you said, they feel that it's warm outside and they want to get outside and play, but we need to make sure that they stay focused. We can't let those grades slip. Think about some of those school-age kids and you know, even those seniors who are getting to that time where they know they're going off to college and have the college acceptance letters already. You cannot slack off because those colleges can revoke that acceptance letter if you have an instance of poor academic or poor behavior. So we need to stay focused by channeling that energy some way.
Okay, so they're having trouble, they're struggling, they're having a hard time focusing.
Yeah.
You brought a little something with you that might help out.
Yeah.
How would that help, Artie?
Well, I'm just thinking about different ways, creative ways that we can get our kids to channel that energy. Think about maybe getting up 10 minutes early in the morning, doing some exercise, stretching with your kids, We Fit game, walking to school if you can, biking to school if you can, trying to get some of that energy out before they're told to sit still in class. If your teacher allows stress toys or tension toys like this that they can squeeze instead of having an outburst in class, could help. I know that some teachers, like my son's teacher, allows them to move it during class instruction, so that helps, and sometimes she gives them a little extra recess time. We need to understand that kids are not mature enough to be able to stay still and focus. Even though we know that the rules don't change because it's warm outside, they want to get out there, and grades can suffer. So we need to try and channel that energy if we can.
They need some sort of outlet.
They do.
And maybe getting them up and moving them around a little bit will get them back to focus. But what about the parents? Because parents are just as important in this process.
That's right. And we need to make sure that we are following the same rules and consistency that we do throughout the year. I think about consistency and commitment to our routines, the rules that we have at school and at home, and making sure that they get good night's sleep. It's funny that you're talking about sleep today. That is so important. You know, we have these longer days now, and so kids may be staying up later. You talked about your sons with their baseball.
Right.
And so they may not be getting to bed as early as they were before. And so we need to make sure that kids get that good night's sleep. You know, 5 to 12, they're supposed to be getting 10 to 11 hours of sleep.
It's a lot of sleep.
It is a lot of sleep, and the high schoolers should be getting 8 to 9. If they're not getting that, then they're already starting the day in a deficit, and that can aggravate those spring fever symptoms.
So it's really important to try to stick to that routine.
Stick to the routine as much as possible. I know that kids want fun and spontaneity, and we do too, but it's really important to be committed and consistent with a regular routine, because that's what we can fall back on when when things are going crazy. We can, channel all of that with our regular routines.
Okay, where can people get more information, Artie?
Hampton.gov/YEF HFP, Healthy Families Partnership.
Okay, good advice from Artie. And you know what? It's not easy this time of year for kids because today's the last day of April, tomorrow's the first day of May, and they know, they see the finish line.
As do we.
Yeah, so do we, but you got to keep them in mind and keep them straight and narrow. For more information, call 727-1300 right there. Hampton Healthy Families Partnership. Artie, thanks. Great advice.
Thank you.